association here in Sebei called Sebei Musicians Association. For a long time, government has turned a deaf ear on the grievances of artists from Sebei sub-region. We've been abandoned. To government, we are more like demons or ghosts. We are not seen. We've been crying. We've been supporting NRM from inception. We grew up knowing only one party, and that is the NRM party. Musicians in Sebei, the musicians you see here today are just but a fraction. We are over 500 artists here in Sebei. Yet, if you are to look closely, government has barely supported musicians here in Sebei. We have cried. Our members of parliament have abandoned us. Our local leaders have turned their backs on us. Yet we equally go through the same challenges as artists from other regions. Now, when you look closely, the NRM party, the party we've supported from the beginning, with our own president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, being at the top, they have not looked at that, at people of Sebei. NRM has supported musicians from central Uganda up to 100%. Bebe Cool is doing well. Chameleon is doing well. Even musicians from the opposition parties have benefited very highly from the NRM party. Now, when you go to Western Uganda, musicians from that side and other members in the entertainment industry are doing very well. But when you come to the eastern part, particularly Sebei here, musicians, we don't exist. We even think our own president has abandoned us. We have tried to reach out to the president. We have tried to cross to State House. We are being blocked, not only by our local leaders, but our leaders also at the top. Yes. The president comes to Sebei here. We want to be among those who address the president, but we are chased away like we are dogs. We have recorded music using our own money. Sebei artists here, Bukwo, Queen, Kapchorwa, Soy, you name them, Tingei. We use our own money. Money that we worked so hard to get. Mark you that NRM has given us 0 shillings to support musicians here. 0. And members here can attest. Before I go very far, this one is called Rafiki Pesa. Rafiki is one of the biggest musicians to ever walk the soil of Sebei. Rafiki recorded one of the biggest songs for NRM and Museveni. If government really valued musicians of Sebei, this one alone would be very far. But Rafiki is among the poorest musicians, among the many poor musicians here in Sebei. But when you go to Kampala, Tubonge Nawe, sung by Chameleon, I cannot even compare that song to the song that our musician from Sebei called Rafiki Pesa. This one, you can't compare. But because Chameleon is surrounded by people who only think that musicians in Uganda are in central Uganda, he ends up being very rich, and for us, we are abandoned. President Museveni has come to Sebei many times, but there has never been a time that protocol, local leaders, or the president has even requested to listen to musicians of Sebei. Don't we have challenges? We do. Are we not human beings who need to be helped? This is a question that I want to pose to everybody from the lower level to the upper part, to the RDC, to the LC5, to the mayors, to the members of parliament, the 9 members representing Sebei. We have a minister here for Christ's sake, but not a day has he ever thought about the plight of the musicians of Sebei. We are here struggling on our own. We don't have a studio here in Sebei. We don't. What we have are studios that individuals have struggled on their own to put up. But the government has supported us, not in any way. We have been crying. We have used the music to talk about the insecurity in Sebei. Nobody listens. We've used the music to talk about the cattle compensation, which we've cried for, by the government has refused to even listen to the issue of compensation here. If government cannot listen to that, how will they listen to us? Now we are asking, why? Why don't we matter to government, despite supporting government all along? These are just very few among the over 500 musicians who cry every day. Education has been given over 13 billion shillings to support musicians across the nation. And by the way, wherever Eddie Kenzo is, let him hear. Musicians of Sebei are demanding a sit down with Eddie Kenzo. And we are not playing.
Why is Eddie Kenzo?
We are not playing.
We need a meeting one-on-one.
So somebody tell Eddie Kenzo. We are not joking. Where is money? The question is why? We are telling Eddie Kenzo, prepare when you come to Kapchorwa, even before the president arrives. First come and meet the musicians here in Sebei.
Yes.
Because we are not playing this time. People have eaten our money, want to understand. Even Eddie Kenzo and the federation has released, because we can already sense that we are not going to get any support from the federation. We have already been abandoned. Yes, and I'm already sensing that the federation money, billions of money released to the federation where Eddie Kenzo is the president, is going to benefit, if I'm not mistaken, all the musicians of Central Uganda.
Yes. Yes.
But musicians of Eastern Uganda, let alone Sebei, may not get anything. So we are calling upon government, we are calling upon Balam, we are calling upon those who are close to the president, the secretaries to the president, those in charge of protocol. Please find a way in the shortest time to meet musicians of Sebei. We are not just talking about musicians anyhow. We are meaning musicians here in Sebei.
Yes.
This is our cry. Members here have a lot to say. I am Agre Dike, and my cry remains, and I have no sympathy. Actually, we are thinking, maybe if government has turned a deaf ear on us, perhaps, because people joke with the power of music. They joke with the power of music. We are thinking perhaps we should mobilize ourselves, use our voices to mobilize for Chagulanyi. If government doesn't listen to us, let us mobilize for Chagulanyi. Is a fellow musician like us. Maybe he will understand our cries.
Yes.
Let us perhaps just shift, because for over 40 years, President Museveni has been on power. For over 40 years, President Museveni has never met a single musician from Sebei.
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
As if that is not enough. Our own leaders ensure that our musicians don't meet the president.
Yes.
And any money that the government releases to benefit us, they eat it. So we have thieves here in the various political offices, in the various appointed offices, and we are not going to tolerate this anymore.
No.
So government, calm down here. We are waiting. We are going to call it whatever. You want to call it an ultimatum, call it. We were told yesterday that if you say this, they might arrest you. I'm asking myself, I've been singing. I'm a graduate. I've never got a job with the government. I'm a teacher, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Every time I go to apply for a job, they ask me to pay 7 million in order to be given a job. I'm a son of a poor man. Should I die poor? I've decided to use my music to benefit myself and my musicians around me. But they also want us to die in the music industry. Maybe let us shift to opposition. And I can assure you, if we mobilize, don't joke with our power as musicians. Don't take us for granted. If we mobilize, those elders who deceive you that we are for NRM, even for us we are for NRM, but those elders they don't even mobilize for the president. They are very rich driving their vehicles in Sebei here. They don't even change one person. But me, the poor musician, I talk to 20 people before I reach home. And I can either tell them to support the president or support Chagulanyi.
Yes.
So let us make this very clear. We are not playing. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to dominate this talk. My colleagues here have something to say also. I thank you very much.
Maybe English is a problem.